What you want to use is a modified grounding clamp. Okay, hi, this is the first of 3 roadkill carcass disposal sites. We're in the Elk Valley now, just the beginning. This is an area with a very high density of grizzly bears and a high density of ungulates, mostly elk and deer. They end up getting hit on the highway. It's a very major corridor. So the compounds were set up as dead stock. So it's precast blocks, like big Lego blocks. What we've done is we've outrigged the top with hot wire. And because we don't want to take a chance, we come down with hot wires. It's actually alternating positive, negative. So neg, pos, neg, pos. Same as the gate. The gate has hot wires and the frame is grounded on this negative wire. So the bear tries to push through. If this was really dry ground or frozen ground, it's still going to receive the shock because you'll get ground from the frame and then from the hot wire. And we always put one on top to dissuade climbing over. You'll see the top. This is the solar energized. It has spikes on the top of the solar panel. The reason is roadkills attract so many ravens and eagles. The ravens sit on the highest point always, and we're putting guano all over the face of the solar panel, which makes it inoperable. It just cannot charge. It's best to have the solar panels in any case clear of any debris for maximum output. When we arrived, there were a lot of ravens and bald-headed eagles up in the trees trying to get morsels. Again, you can see how we came around the corners. We drill in. These are extremely heavy-duty fiberglass posts. We drill and we grout with a quick-set cement, and they're in forever. So the bear can easily climb, but once he gets here, and again, there's a negative wire at the bottom because, he'd be insulated from the ground, and then a positive. The other reason for positive, negative, we'll talk a lot about this in all of the videos, is if the ground is extremely dry, you can see this is a dry, sharp gravel, or if it's frozen, it's like putting rubber boots on the bear. One of the bear researchers that we know has set up a trail cam to monitor the situation, and that's pretty much it for this site. Okay, so this is the second site in the Elk Valley of our carcass disposal, roadkill carcass disposal site. Again, primarily elk, you'll see that. Same setup, a little different. The cutout switch is in a box, so it is on. Our little lights are off, which is only come on when there's a problem. And right now, this is a digital handheld voltmeter. Fault finder, so it's maxing out 9.9 volts. This site, I believe, is 4 years now, pre-COVID for sure, and we haven't had a penetration other than this older bear that damaged the switch and climbed over. Basically, you use wood chips. If you have manure, that's good. Straw, anything like that. You put your animal down, you cover it. 3 months, you flip it once. In another 3 months, it's basically gone. When we stood here a year ago with several dozen carcasses, the smell was almost unbearable. Now, with the composting, even though there's 1 or 2 on top, it's basically not even noticeable. So that's great to reduce the attractant. I mean, before a grizzly bear, and there's plenty of them around here, they could smell those decaying carcasses for miles. Everything looks really good. I'm very pleased to come here today's visit and see the composting program. See, the fence is in good shape, the gate's in good shape. The highway adjacent here is a high impact area for vehicle ungulates, and it leads to Providence, this general area, for the amount of roadkills. We're now in the central Kootenays. So again, this is the alert alarm. It's not flashing, which means our fence is hot. It's a slightly different gate. We went away from the wires. We made this extra high portion so it can angle out. It's just more intimidating. It's pretty much straight up here. Normally it would be out. You can see we come down to prevent any smart bear from climbing up like this, trying to jump over. This is probably the ideal size for a compound like this. 3 blocks high. The one at Elko was 4, which was really unnecessary. This is power to control the gate, because sometimes the operators, the staff, when they come in with dead animals, are scared to touch the gate so they can turn it off. And when they leave, they turn it on. And again, the purpose of this alert flasher is to remind them, oh, I forgot to turn it on. And that does happen. This is well insulated, but this whole panel is hot. And then again, here's our solar unit with a backup deep cycle battery and the spikes on top, keeping our solar panel perfectly clean of raven guano. But we had a stubborn grizzly that was digging. Well, what we did is, you can't see it, and that's a good thing. It was a big excavation. The bear went under. We drove in 1-inch steel rods about every 6 inches apiece. We drove them in deep, and then we had the hoe backfill around, and apparently that bear gave up. And that's the secret, is always to be more persistent than the bear, and all your efforts are always monitored so you know when you want to do it. This I don't like very much. It's not really going to short the fence, but not a good idea. Really a climb ladder, it's pretty meager. Fence wire should be fence wire. Nothing touching it, period.